All right, so the very first step to our cards is to create the blue background that we have on all three of them. And we're going to do all of them at once. What I'm doing it with is some spray stains and some Oxide sprays. So make sure for your Oxide sprays that you mix them up to get the pigment blended in before you start to spray. And there's a couple ways you could do this. You could spray it right on the cardstock, but for this particular card, I am not doing it that way. I'm going to spray it on the mat because I want to add a little bit of Perfect Pearls just to add a little bit of shimmer to the sky. So a couple sprays of each color on your mat. So the oxides are going to be a little bit more of a chalky, opaque finish, whereas the spray stains are going to be a little bit more translucent. So I like to have a mix of both. If you have a preference, you could use either or. You don't have to use a mix of both. And then for the Perfect Pearls, I'm just going to sprinkle them all over. Get it to the side, and then we are going to spray this to activate those Perfect Pearls. There we go. So the very first step, and if you get some off spray onto your cardstock, that's totally fine because we are going to cover it right up. First step, we're going to press it down and smush it around. I just want to try as much as possible to cover the whole background, and then I'm using my heat tool to dry it. Now, you could use an embossing gun to dry it. The only thing is the heat is a lot more intense and a lot more directed, so you would have to work a little bit farther away from the paper. The heat tool is perfect for drying things because it isn't too intense. And you'll find you'll have a little bit, your cardstock is going to curve a little bit, but that's totally fine. Once we get it glued down to the card, you're not going to see it. You also want to make sure that you are using mixed media cardstock or watercolor cardstock, something that can handle water. If you use regular cardstock, it doesn't react in the same way. You're going to get bubbling and blistering in your cardstock, and your inks are not going to look the same. So you definitely have to choose something that is meant to be used with water techniques. So the cardstock I'm using is Distress White Heavy Stock. But like I said, if you have watercolor paper, you can absolutely use that as well. So I'm trying to get this mostly dry. It doesn't need to be 100% dry, but I want it mostly dry. I would say about 80-90% dry. If it's too wet, when you go to, we're going to tap it back in the colors. When you go to do that, you're just going to get a big puddle again. So I am wet along the edges here, but I'm still going to go in and tap it. And you'll see little bits of that Perfect Pearls throughout. If you have some white spots, don't worry about it too much. I'll show you how we will get rid of them when we are done our piece here. Hardest part of this background is waiting for the heat tool to dry it all. Especially when you have really wet spots. If you have a spot that's super wet and you really don't like it, you can take a paper towel and blotch it up or suck up some of that moisture. That'll definitely make it work a little bit quicker. You could even do an ink blended background for these cards as well. I just thought this would be a little bit more of an interesting background to do. And you could also just use plain blue cardstock, but once again, I like the variation that backgrounds like these give, and it makes the project look a little bit more interesting to me. still have a few big wet spots, but we're gonna tap this in here for another time. And I typically do it about 3 times. If you find that they're right there, there's not really any texture there. So I'm just gonna quickly tap that in there again, just to get a little bit of texture in that paint there. And again, if you've got something that's too dark for you, you can just use a paper towel and soak it up. But I don't mind it for what we're doing. You might have an easier time drying it completely if you're lifting your paper up so the heat can go through. Sometimes when you have it sitting on a surface, it tends to curl up a little bit more. You see how I had a big line of that, and I just slanted my paper so that it would roll down the paper a little bit. That's going to thin the paint out and make it easier to dry. And it's also giving this section a little bit more texture. All right, I think I like the way it looks. There's still some wet spots. I'm going to let them air dry while I clean this up, and I will see you in the next video, and I'll show you what we're going to do to prep them for our cards.